We're drawing flowers with a pen today, but honestly at this stage of the project, I had no idea what we'd be drawing. So the first thing I did is just went over on Pinterest and picked out a color palette that I liked and just mixed up some watercolors in that palette. And then I just had some fun throwing some color down on a piece of paper. You might say this is something anybody could do. A kid could do this, and you'd be absolutely right. But it was a lot of fun just to be loose and free. And then once I let that dry, I kind of looked at it and just started picking out the shapes and things with the shapes. And flowers are something that I really enjoy drawing anyway. So I let the colors and shapes on the watercolor paper kind of help me find the flowers that I wanted to draw. I sure would appreciate it if you could take a second and click that like button. That lets YouTube know you're enjoying this video and they'll share it with more people. And while it looks like I'm pretty much drawing them in a continuous fashion here, there were several pauses as I would see flowers that I wanted to draw, and then I would have to stop and kind of look at the paper a little bit longer and find a different group or area on the page where, oh yeah, this kind of flower would look cool there. Now once I got most of the flowers on there, they weren't distinguished enough from one another, so I took some of my pens and I started trying to enhance some of them a little bit to make them stand out a little more. And some were more successful than others, but overall I like the outcome of this. Filled in a few more of the blank spaces. I decided I wanted it to be a pretty full page. And then I did one of my favorite things and picked a colored marker, in this case blue, and started filling in some of those empty spaces in the background to help the flowers stand out more on their own. And to me, this is the step that really can cause one of these drawings to come to life. And this is not a very fine point marker, so I wasn't super careful. I just tried to fill in the shape. Generally, I was okay if I ran over or didn't get quite close enough to the edge, because it's just the essence of the background, is what we're trying to capture here. And now we're going to help those flowers stand out even more by defining the centers with some brighter colors and also adding some details to some of those flowers. And while I enjoyed adding so much detail, some of my favorite flowers in this are the ones with very little detail, so you can really see that mottled watercolor from behind them. Now YouTube's going to show you a couple of things. There'll be a video on the left and a playlist on the right. I hope you'll choose one, and thanks so much for joining me today.